Hi everyone. I have decided that it has been too long since you have all had an IVF update. So I thought that I would jump on here this morning and I would give you all an update and let you know what it is that's actually going on at the moment. So, I don't even know what day we're on at the moment. We're on Tuesday. So last week, I think it was either Thursday or possibly Friday, I think. I was quite happily filling the hot tub outside, getting the heater and everything plugged in. I thought the nicer weather's come in, so I thought I would get all of that sorted. Randomly then, out of the blue, my mobile goes and it was an unknown number, which I don't tend to normally sort of answer, but I don't know, I had a feeling. So I picked up the call and it was the IVF clinic, and they have had a few questions to ask us, make sure that everything was okay and that we were able to still continue to go ahead with our IVF journey. Now, because of COVID and the pandemic and lockdowns and everything else, obviously IVF has been on a back burner. The hospitals were prioritised for other things, which I completely understand. Earlier on in the year, when the COVID jabs had all started sort of coming out and we were told that we would need to all go for them at some point or another, I had continuously been advised that as we were awaiting IVF and they didn't know whether or not the COVID jab would have an effect on treatment and things like that, that I wasn't actually allowed to go ahead for mine. So when Rob made that phone call to find out whether he could continue to go ahead with having his jab as and when it came through that it was safe for him to do so, he did ask and wanted to sort of find out what the time frame potentially would be, and we were told then that we were looking at approximately December time. So in my head I'm like, perfect, okay, yeah, we've got plenty of time. Everything's still sort of moving forward slowly, but it is moving, which is great. So we just thought we would continue to plod along. Fast forward then to May, and our letters for our COVID jabs came through. So I was like, oh, okay, this is brilliant. Rob will definitely get his done and we'll just have to play mine by ear. So I decided to give the IVF clinic a call. I just needed to sort of make sure that all of the guidance was still correct and that I wasn't to go ahead with my COVID jab. As it turned out, the IVF Federation has had new guidance come out, which is amazing, and the nurses did say that they have now been advised that anybody that has been invited for their COVID jabs had to have that done. So off we went and we had them done. We then got a phone call to say that as it stood then, we would be looking at approximately September for IVF. So again, I was like, okay, plenty of time to get my head wrapped around all of this. Everything is going to be fine. But you know, it's all still moving forward, albeit a little bit quicker than what was originally said. So we were like, okay, yeah, no problem at all. So fast forward then to, as I say, Thursday or Friday last week, and we had this phone call. To say I was shocked and stunned is a complete and utter understatement. There were literally no words for how shocked I was. Even the nurse on the phone, she kept saying to me, you sound like you're in shock, are you okay, what are you feeling, what are you thinking, we can postpone, all of these different things. So we now actually have a date for our first IVF appointment. It is going to be a video consultation, and that is actually going to take place on Thursday. So that's Thursday the 10th of June. So it's only a day or so away now, which is super exciting. I've said all along that I was going to vlog all of our IVF journey, and I'm still hoping to be able to do that. I'm hoping to still be able to be in the headspace to be able to do that. So I wanted to sort of explain that we are a couple of days away from our first IVF appointment, which is the scariest, most exciting, apprehensive time of my life, really. We're in June. We're not September, we're not December, we're June, and there still aren't words for all of the emotions that I'm going through. There aren't words for the emotions that Rob's going through. He is literally the best. He is a rock, 110%. He is amazing. I text him to say, you need to ring me, I have some amazing news, it's IVF related. And he did, he gave me a call, and I told him, and the first thing he said was, how do you feel? And this is all about you. Whatever you need, I am there. Whatever we need to do, you let me know. Whatever's going to make you comfortable, this is what we're going to do. I still get super emotional about it all, as you can probably see and tell. I imagine that I'm only going to get more emotional as everything sort of progresses. It's a roller coaster. Anybody that goes through this journey will always say that you need to be strong, that you need to just take every single day as it comes. And from somebody that is going through this, they're 100% right. I had complete meltdowns last week after finding out about it. I snapped at people I shouldn't have snapped at. I just didn't know how to sort of filter all of these emotions. I didn't know how to feel what I was feeling. All I kept getting told was, oh my gosh, I bet you're so excited. Excitement wasn't a word I would have used last week. Excitement is a word that's slowly, and a feeling that is slowly coming into things now, but there's still a lot of unknown. There's still a lot of what's going to be happening. We're hoping to obviously find out a lot more on Thursday, and we're hoping to ask a lot of questions, which I am going to start writing down as I think of them. As I say, it's a video call, so I've got to go through all the emails that they've sent me. They've sent me a million documents that I need to read. We do know that the process is so far that we go through this video conference, and then after that we will be invited up to Cardiff Heath for an appointment up there, where I believe she said that it's going to be myself that has to have lots of scans and tests and things like that. I would imagine there's going to be blood tests for both myself and Rob, but we will just have to see how it goes. And then after that, from what I can sort of remember of the call, it looks like we're going to be going then up to Port Albert, and that is where we will then receive treatment for our IVF. Again, we don't know whether it's full IVF that we need to have. We don't know whether it's IUI. We don't know the full situation. We do know that, you know, that the problem sadly lies with Rob and not myself, from what we have been told and the tests that have already been carried out. So, you know, I'm pretty sure that I have explained that in the past. So I'm hoping that I can be there mentally and physically, not just for myself, but for Rob as well. I'm hoping that I can come sort of step up and be the rock that he needs me to be. He is 100% the rock in this relationship. Without him, I don't know where we would be half the time, if I'm quite honest. I would imagine that I would be an emotional puddle, just sort of sitting there and crying 9 times out of 10, but he is the one that keeps us both going. So yeah, it's going to be a long road yet, and there's a lot of things that we need to find out. There's going to be a lot of things that we need to do, but I promised you all that I would take you on this journey with me as much as I can. So that is what I'm going to do. What I will do is I will check back in with you all on Thursday once we've had our appointment, and let you know sort of what's going on from there and things like that. It could be that we find out loads of information, it could be we find out nothing, I don't know. But yeah, so I will put this video together with Thursday's video, and I will see you all then. See you soon. Hey everyone, it is now a couple of days later. I completely forgot to do the update vlog, if I'm honest. We have had a couple of appointments since I saw you guys last. So basically we had the appointment on the, I believe it was the 12th of June, I want to say now. So we had that appointment. We had a face-to-face video consultation. Well, I say face-to-face, it wasn't really face-to-face at all if it's a video consultation, but you know. In that appointment they had sort of asked if we had any questions about IVF. They explained fully sort of what treatment it is that we're going to be having. There's still a long road. There's still quite a long road to go, if I'm honest. So we found out now that we're going to be having ICS. It's a step sort of higher up than IVF. So basically with IVF you have the egg and the semen put into a little bowl, sort of left on the side overnight, and the semen and egg get fertilized that way, and then it is re-implanted in yourself then so that you can carry a baby, or hopefully carry a baby. With ICS, it's the same principle. You are left together overnight, however the semen is then sort of injected into the egg to fertilize it that way to give more of a chance. This is because we've now found out, and it's been confirmed, that Rob has 100% antibodies. So there's nothing wrong with anything with him. It is purely that there is a liquid, and this is called antibodies, and this is what prevents us from getting pregnant naturally. So we have also had to go up to Cardiff. We had an overnight stay at my nan's because the appointment was really, really early. It was 8:30 in the morning. This was for another sample to be produced so that they can double check that there is still 100% antibodies, so that if there isn't, they can then adjust what the treatment is accordingly. So anything over 50% of antibodies means that you're going to end up with having ICS. Anything below 50%, then you can continue to have IVF. So in a way, in one respect, I'm hoping that the antibodies are still above 50% so that we can have the ICS, because it gives us a better chance. But at the same time, if the antibodies are higher, it also does mean that the chances of us having a baby are significantly lower also. So there's a little bit of a catch-22 going on with it all. Hopefully in future vlogs you will see Rob in them as well, but for the time being it is just going to be myself. We have so much going on. We have things like new carpets going down, new flooring in the hallway. We've got a friend that's currently living with us. We've had another bereavement in the family, so that's 2 granddads passed now within 12 months of each other. There is a lot going on mentally for us, as well as then going through IVF. So not only are we trying to deal with everything that is going with the IVF, we're also trying to just bumble our way through life in general. So yeah, there is a hell of a lot going on. But what I will say is, if anybody is ever going through IVF and they feel alone, or they feel like they need somebody to talk to, please just send me a message. Send me a direct message on Instagram, send me a message or a comment on my YouTube, and we can sort of chatter and work out a way of getting into contact with each other. There are so many different ways. So if you're going through something like this and you do feel a little bit alone, please don't worry. You know, I think at some point or another everybody does feel a little bit alone going through this journey. I know I have in the past. I know that it is a very, very long journey. I am very lucky that my cousin sadly has been through a similar situation. She unfortunately didn't have IVF resulting in children for her, but she does now have 2 beautiful, beautiful children, and you know, it doesn't make it any less of a mummy. So I'm lucky in the sense that I have family members that have been through exactly what we are going through, and you know, they are there to support me and Rob ultimately, because I know when you're looking on social media, when you're looking at different platforms and different avenues and things like that, there is not much around for men, and that surprises me in this day and age. That it may be that there isn't as high a demand for sort of like forums and chat groups and things like that for men, but surely there still can't be the stigmatism that men can go through this and not be affected by it as well. I couldn't imagine going through this without Rob, and I couldn't imagine not being there to support him as and when he needs it. So as I say, if anybody that sees this that is going through IVF, you may be a bit further along than I am in the journey, you may be further back. I do have friends that are going through this as well, who are sort of a few stages behind where we are. But if you ever need anything, please just reach out and say, hey, got time to chat? Because I'm here. And you know, I know that there's people that I can reach out to and talk to as well. So on that note, guys, when it comes up for our next appointment, we will be getting a letter now, hopefully within the next month, to actually go up to Cardiff again. We're going to need to have blood tests, we're going to need to have internal scans for myself. So it's all things that really aren't going to be that great or that nice for me. But hey, you know, it's another step, it's another pace forward. Yeah, it's just one step closer. And if all being well, then hopefully by the end of the year I'll be coming on here and telling you guys some amazing news. If not, then hey, we've got other options and we can adopt. But let's see how everything goes. Let's keep documenting, keep moving forward, and I will catch up with you all when I've got another update. So keep smiling, keep hanging on in there, and I will see you all soon. Bye!